Warning. The system has become unstable.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. So, for today, this is going to be the last of the I2G material that I have, possibly the last of the I2G material that I ever have and present. So, the other 4 or 5 songs were rehearsals of songs that were fully formed and written. So, we were just, tightening them up. And as bands do, right? So this is actually a writing session. So I wouldn't share it if it was garbage. It's okay. But this is actually a fairly very early writing session for this song called Book of Rhymes. Now, the guitarist and I, Ray and I, sort of this was us just in the studio alone. We came up with the body of this song. Now, clearly, Bob, the singer, had the lyrics or the idea for the song, and he heard what we were doing, and it meshed with what he was doing. I've done the same thing as a songwriter. My song Jimmy Dean and Betty Page. I kept trying to have it done, kept trying to do it, just couldn't get to it. And then when my brother, who was the fourth bassist of Jesus of Oregon in the collective, the fourth, so Sal, Gypsy, maybe the third or fourth bassist, and he was rehearsing, he was learning our set, and in between songs he started playing his bass line. Now my brother and I, he's a bassist, I'm a drummer. We grew up as kids playing music in our homes together, so we're really in simpatico, and we like the same kind of musical influences by and large. So, we often sort of read one another's minds musically. And in between songs, he started playing his bass line. I was like, don't stop doing that. That's exactly what I've been looking for. I've got the song for that. And then, I told everybody else what I wanted them to do, blah, blah, blah. And then, boom, in a couple of takes, we had Jimmy Dean and Betty Page, which is, I think, a fantastic song. And it was one of our fan favorites. Anyway, to the best of my recollection, this was me just playing the drums, and then Ray kicked in. But however it worked, it was a team effort, and Bob came in with these lyrics, Book of Rhymes. Now, when I was in the military, we used to sing the cadence, a little bird on a yellow with a yellow bill was perched upon my windowsill. I lured him in with crumbs of bread, and then I smashed his fucking head. And yes, back in my day, we could curse and do things like that in the military. I mean, probably now you would be expelled and chastised for toxic masculinity. We'll have no toxic masculinity in the military, people. No. So anyway, so you'll notice that some of the lyrics are, there was a little yellow bird with a little yellow bill perched upon my windowsill. I lured him in with crumbs of bread, and then I smashed his fucking head. Okay, so and there's more to it. So this is Book of Rhymes, but this is a writing session. Oh, and I got to add before I go on too much longer, something that was really written around my tom-tom work is a song called Steamroll. Now, again, I'm sure that because Bob had lyrics for it, he had a concept in his own mind for it, and so I remember this clear as a bell. So it was me just beating on my toms and going from toms to this other thing that I would do as a combination, right? Ray, the guitarist, came in. Bob heard it. He came in, boom, and then boom. Steamroll was just a powerhouse song. I don't think I have anything worth a damn of that song, but I've got lots and lots of videotape that one of these days I might actually get through if it's something I can even show, like a clip of like a third or a half of it, before it goes to hell. I would love to do that because that and then later when that band actually reformed again and I was a vocalist in my own band and then they were an opening act for us, their name was Inhuman Nature, and their CD came out. So our very good friend who's passed on, Beavis, was their drummer then. He was an excellent drummer. I was friends with him since I was 13, 14 years old, and it was very similar, but they had restructured it, and they restructured a lot of our other songs too. And it's very heartbreaking for me to hear those restructured songs. Like Damien wasn't in the band as a DJ anymore, so the dual vocals, and I mean there were so many. It was great music. It was great music. I'm not knocking it, but it was so much different, and I have such a love for what we did together. And anyway, so I would hear Beavis doing the drums very similarly to what I did in Steamroll, but not the same. And it's like, no, you're doing it wrong. It was built around my damn tom tom work, so I know how it's supposed to sound. That's a feel. It's a feeling. So still great though, still great. So but I don't know that I have anything. And this is similar. This was a similar situation where it was built around me and Ray working together around some of my drum work. Okay. Okay. Hope you enjoy this. This is a writing session for Book of Rhymes.
Worthless, 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 worthless,
Cut off there. Okay, so that's a writing session for Book of Rhymes. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. That's I2G rehearsing in 1998, featuring yours truly on drums. Fantastic musicians, awesome. Have so many stories, so many great things. Hope everybody's healthy and happy. Well, I mean, we've lost a lot of friends. I mentioned Beavis has passed, and a year after that, his wife passed, and I can only speculate to things, and so many of our friends are no longer among us, including one of our mutual friends who was one of the three co-founders of the Knights of the Black Circle. When I always mentioned it was two other people, and that was a romantic couple and a guy and a gal, he's been dead for several years now too. So very sad. I hope everyone in the band is healthy, happy, living their, as they say today, living their best lives. All right, people of the internet, go do devil stuff. Have a great one.
Warning. The system has become unstable.